Stick a pony in me pocket. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. 'Cause if you want.
Hello and welcome to this, the first of two videos. Today, with me, Actor Thomas. This review is, of course, Only Fools and Horses, episode called The Yellow Peril. And this episode starts with Dell in the kitchen of a local Chinese restaurant, which is in a pretty bad way. And Dell informs the owner that he can paint the kitchen, but not today because it is the anniversary of his late mother's death, and he and his brother Rodney will be spending the day in the cemetery at her grave. Next we see Dell and Rodney talking about their mother and their father as well at the graveyard, and Dell drops into the conversation that Rodney and Granddad will be painting the kitchen of the Golden Locust, which is the name of the Chinese restaurant, tomorrow, to which Rodney is not best pleased. But after a lot of discussion in which Dell blackmails Rodney, he agrees. So, the next couple of days we see Rodney and Granddad working at the kitchen of the Golden Locust, painting it. And they start getting a bit suspicious, particularly when they don't see Dell for hours upon end. And once it's all finished, Dell, Granddad and Rodney are very relieved, and they start counting up the money and all that sort of stuff. Then there is a knock at the door, and it is their good friend Trigger from the Nag's Head. And Trigger comes in and he gives Dell a box of stolen paint from the railways. Now, this is the same paint that Rodney and Granddad have been using to paint the walls of the Chinese restaurant. And this is the kind of paint that was used in the tunnels of on the trains, and of course it was luminous. This is a massive shock to Dell, because Dell has been using some of the paint at a different job, a job that he himself has been doing. It's at this point that Dell gets a telephone call from the owner of the Chinese restaurant, who is not that happy with the walls of his restaurant kitchen being luminous. To which Dell uses his quick wit and quick thinking to say that it's energy saving. You don't need to you don't have to spend so much on electricity for lighting and things like that. To which the man is very pleased and decides that he wants to have his living room painted as well to save money. This is where it hits Dell about the other job, and he realises that it's luminous. And after being very angry with Trigger, he tells Rodney Granddad to get the coats on and he'll show them what he's been doing. And he has painted the monument to their mother in the same paint. And as the sun starts setting on a Peckham evening, the the bright, luminous monument to Joan Trotter is seen for miles around. The rating I'm going to give this episode is actually a number 2. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I shall see you very soon.